Hey, 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 what is happening, YouTubers? Good morning from northern sunny South Florida. I'm Jan with Guided Path Conversations, and today I'm coming to you to talk a little bit about our four walls and how to prepare for them when we have a job loss that's imminent. So before we get started, I just want to thank all of you who have been watching my videos. I am a new YouTuber, and I appreciate your likes, your comments. If you're sharing this video, I appreciate that too. I think we may all know somebody or know somebody who knows somebody who may be in this situation where a job loss is imminent or they have just lost their job. So today I want to talk about our four walls. So if any of you are familiar with Dave Ramsey, you have heard him talk about your four walls. And just for the record, I am a Dave Ramsey certified coach. So I've been through his training, and I want to share my information with everybody that I've learned as a coach. So the four walls, what are they? Remember when we were kids and we would draw a house and it was like this little square with like a triangle on top, and we made little doors and windows. So that little square that you drew as a kid, each one of those lines represents one of your four walls. So you have housing, shelter, transportation, utilities, and food. So these four things protect your personal economy. And that's what you're trying to do when you have a job loss or a job loss is coming. If you can create your safety net, it's going to keep some stability in your life. You're going to reduce your stress, and you're going to feel better and be able to face what is happening to you as you kind of go through this whole job loss thing. So let's start with food, right? We all need food. That's our sustenance. We need food and water to survive. So that is your nutrition. It's your health. It's your energy. It's very important. It's vital. What you want to do during this time, or maybe leading up to it, is to create and prepare some lower cost meal plans. And you can start that now, okay? So maybe you're not buying lean ground beef, you're buying ground chuck during a layoff situation. It's cheaper, and we all know beef is expensive, so that's a whole nother topic. But, it is cheaper. Maybe you can figure out some ways to prepare it so that you can make multiple meals out of it. That could be a video topic all on its own. So practice now. That's the important thing. Then you want to also build a buffer in your pantry. So you want to look at your pantry, see what kinds of things you have stocked in there, and maybe starting, this coming up weekend when you go shopping, start buying 2 to 4 cans of extra things, whether it's, they got a BOGO on tomato sauce, buy one, get one free, double down on that. Or maybe it's just some extra cans of tuna or canned chicken. Start buying some little things and putting them in your pantry so that you have it stockpiled. Lastly, you want to reduce your eating out. We as Americans, boy, we love to eat out, don't we? Whether it's fast food, convenience food, going out to a nice dinner, whatever we feel we deserve it, all those kinds of things. Reduce that or just stop it right now. And then you've got some extra money, and then you can use it to fortify your pantry and your freezer, or you can start an emergency fund with it. So those are some other ideas. If you start preparing, it helps you feel grounded, and you can kind of get rid of that anxiety in your chest. Second wall, utilities. Those are things like your phone, your electric, your water. Maybe you have gas or propane in your house, your internet. Some people go, well, internet's a luxury. Maybe. But, if you're going to be looking for a job, you're going to need the internet because everything is online. Although your library is a free resource of internet. But let's just leave it in there for now. So why don't you go through and start scrubbing those bills? This is what's going to keep your house running. You need to know what your monthly costs are. And can you do things now to help reduce those costs? Maybe you can negotiate a lower rate. Maybe, if you threaten to leave your internet provider, they may all of a sudden give you like, oh, let's give you the introductory rate for 6 months or something like that. I mean, everything's negotiable. They don't want to lose you as a customer. It costs more to gain you as a customer, so they want to keep you. So sometimes you have the upper hand, don't you? And then, like I said, you can call and ask for lower plans. Look at your cell phone plans. There's a lot of things out there that you can get that are a lot cheaper. And then any kind of subscriptions related to any of these utility bills, look at those and scrub them now and maybe cancel some. Like, what you're trying to do is protect your cash flow, right? These are monthly bills. You have to pay them every month. So if you can protect your cash flow now, it helps you build your savings for later. Housing. It's a big one, y'all. Whether you're renting or you have a mortgage, that's the biggest chunk of your take-home pay from your paycheck right now. When your house is secure, it really gives you that sense of stability. It is your biggest expense, and you want to create as much stability around that as you can, okay? So know all of your fees related to your housing, okay? Whether it's rent, maybe you have HOA fees. Those are due maybe quarterly or monthly, whatever. Make sure you include those in your cost of your house each month. Sometimes we forget about them because they're only quarterly or maybe semi-annually. So remember that you've got to budget and allow for that. You might want to call your mortgage company and just see what kind of hardship options that they have. A lot of them have it. Again, the bank doesn't want you to go into foreclosure because then they're stuck with your house, right? So a bank is a business. They're trying to make money off you. They want you to stay in your house, and they may have some programs to help you. There's also like a mortgage insurance that you can get for a job layoff, or say you have like a severe illness, injury where you can't work. You may want to look at some of those plans now and see what they cost. I'm not advocating them. I'm just saying that that's an option. If you're a renter, look at your terms and your fees and everything that is in your rental agreement, just in case you need to talk with your landlord if you lose your job, and maybe negotiate something with him. And you know what? I mean, if you feel like you're going to lose your job, like there's some scuttlebutt going on in the office, call your landlord now and just say, hey, I've been a good tenant. I like our relationship. There's, the potential of me losing my job, or maybe my hours are going to get reduced. Is there something we can put into place now in case that happens? And I mean, be honest and just talk with them. They're a person. Hopefully they have a heart. I like to think most people do. And, you can at least pave the way now. And again, we're going to talk about emergency funds in another video, but if you can make it a priority right now to build at least 1 month's rent into your emergency fund, or your mortgage payment, whichever. Build it into your emergency fund now. Your number one priority is to keep that roof over your head, okay? You don't want to be living in your car or moving in with someone or couch surfing or what have you. So do it now. You've got the means and you've got the time. And lastly, we're going to talk about transportation, your vehicle. That's how we get to work, how we get our kids to school. We're going to use it when we go on all these job interviews that you're going to crush and get your new job. So make sure your car is maintained. If there's anything kind of looming that you think might need to be done, get it done. Make sure you're keeping up with your oil changes, keep your tires inflated, all that kind of stuff. That's just routine maintenance. You don't have to go and pay someone to wash and wax it for you. Do it yourself. But I'm talking like big things. Maybe you're like, there's a little funny noise under the hood. I better go get that checked out, see what it is. Those kinds of things. Look at your auto insurance. Y'all, we are paying some major money on auto insurance. Start shopping it around. I have to do that personally, and I'm not even worried about losing my job. But start looking at that, because that's a big kahuna too. If you have a car payment right now, try to get ahead on that. Build 1 or 2 months into your emergency fund of your car payment as well. And look at your gas usage. Are you just driving around wasting time? Get a handle on it now so you know how to be efficient later when it really counts. You're going to want reliable transportation. It's your lifeline. You need it. If you have an extra car, sell it. Why are you paying for it? You know, that could be extra money that you're putting in your emergency fund or paying down on your car. Look at things like that as well. So when you put this all together, you have your emergency fund. Your 4 walls are taken care of. Everything else is just optional. The 4 walls are not optional. You have to take care of them. But it gives you breathing room. It reduces your stress. It gives you the power you need to move forward when that job loss happens. So real quick, let's just do a little bit of a recap. Add up your 4 walls right now. What is it costing you for your housing, your transportation, your utilities, and your food? Okay, compare that to your current take-home pay. Where's your shortfalls? Do you have extra money? Again, everything else is just optional. You're just looking at your 4 walls. That's what you need to survive. If a layoff is possible, and you hear about, like I said, that scuttlebutt that's going around your organization, start living on the 4 walls right now. Stop going out to lunch, buying the coffee, getting the clothes, doing the rando shopping. Just stop it and live on those 4 walls. Okay, so now you're comfortable with that. All that difference, put it in an emergency fund. That's an immediate way to save some money and put it aside because you're not spending it. You don't need to. And reduce or either pause or reduce any of your non-essentials. It's just temporary. Maybe it's just a rumor and your CEO comes out and says, hey, I've heard these rumors, blah, blah, blah. We're not closing. We're not offshoring. We're not laying people off. Okay, take a breather. Go back to normal. But maybe you create a new normal now because you had that little scare. So this isn't about fear. This is about preparedness. Preparedness in your personal economy. That's what I'm all about. Okay? If you can prepare for a work change now, you're steady and secure for later. That's what we're trying to achieve. I created a little checklist below. I'll put it in the link below. Not in front of my face. I put a little checklist in the link below. So you can print that out, share it. Hopefully it'll help you for when that job loss does happen. You can quickly go, okay, I got to do this, 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 and this for each one of the 4 walls. If you have any other ideas, share them in the comments, okay? Thanks for tuning in today. I want to tell you about my next video. We're going to talk about reading the signs of a potential layoff in your organization. I've been in HR for 30 years. I myself have been laid off before, and that's a whole nother story. So what kinds of signs and cues should you be looking for? Again, I'm not saying that those are going to be imminent, but they're just some things that make you go, Like, share, and subscribe. Have a wonderful day, and I will see you in our next video.